morning, passport holders. Today, October 24th, 2017, day 1089 of the vlogs, and it is before 8 a.m. Obviously, I'm upright, showered, dressed, ready to go for the day, but I sound like crap. And what's worse is I feel like crap. So the zone of sickness, as I've been calling it with friends and family, has continuously gotten smaller, which is a good thing. Problem is now it's only one nostril, not the other, and it flipped multiple times, which nostril was clogged overnight. So every time it would flip, I'd wake up and jostle myself and try and clear it, and it wouldn't clear. And so that is what it is. I am in a lot more physical, like muscular pain, but my body's showing signs that it's coming through. So normal things like sleeping, and sleeping a lot, is a sign that my body's in full recovery mode. I was in bed for 9.5 hours last night overnight, and that excludes the hour and a half, 2 hours that I was on the couch sleeping yesterday afternoon after working before the football game and during the first half of the football game. So all told, I got more than 10 hours of sleep, possibly more than 11, and I'm sore. And so I don't know where that's coming from, but okay. I'm gonna go sneak in a quick little 10-minute meditation session to keep that streak going, because I think we're at day 9 or 10 at this point. And just try and continue to keep things really low key, doing a lot of research, writing up a lot of kind of strategy docs. Tentatively on the schedule today, I have a call with my boss, a call with the president of the company, a call with the incoming CEO, a call with the outgoing CEO, in order to speak about kind of what we're trying to do here, because this is getting into the weird point. That stated, to know that I am getting paid from the old gig on Friday, the new gig on Tuesday, and obviously I got my paycheck from my own company last Friday. It's kind of like this triple pay period where things are really interesting. And so once I get that, and I said it before, once I get the paycheck from the new company, that'll be the moment that I apply for the job. There's part of me or apply for the department. And so there's part of me that wants to jump the gun on that. There's part of me that's like, yo, the $250 that I need in order to get this process entirely started, I could drop today and not miss. I've got enough to cover rent. I've got enough to cover rent now. I've got enough to cover my expenses between here and the end of the month before I get paid twice. And all in all, that is going to be, I think, if I'm doing my math correctly, it's almost it's going to be more than what I got paid in an entire month. And then another $1,000 when I was at the old job. So that's how much cash is coming in right now, which is great because I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need to move stuff. I'm gonna need to buy new stuff. It's gonna happen. So, but I do have to put down a deposit. I do have to put down the administration fees, the credit check fees, all that kind of stuff in order to get this process started if I want to be in on the 15th or around then. So kind of one of those things where you're like, meh, I want to make it work, but I also acknowledge that I may be best served by slowing things down a little bit. But that's kind of what's on my mind, guys. That's where today is. I'm going to try and take it as slow as I possibly can, because I got to shake this before Friday. I have to. I just have to. So double down on the emergency, double down on the juices, double down on rest, and continue to try and get myself healthy. Because I can't be sick and trying and go to this party. And yeah, there are a lot of parents who have small children, and fortunately, though, I did receive notification from multiple friends on Facebook that they're having the same symptoms, which means to me that I just got infected with a common flu bug somewhere here in the valley, which happens when you hang out with people. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday as it's being recorded, a great Wednesday if you're watching on day of release. Let's get today started. Approaching 9 a.m. at this point, and drugs are starting to kick in, so I'm starting to dry out a little bit because of the Sudafed. The pain's going away because of the Advil. Also, I think that a little caffeine goes a long way. Not having a ton, just a little smidge of soda. Ate some more breakfast just to kind of put more food in my body, because I ate before I went and took a shower and meditated, but I was just like, you know what, with my sleeping so much, I'm obviously not getting enough calories, so I was like, okay, what can I grab real quick and throw in? All right, cereal, let's do another bowl of that. All right, let's have a little bit of toast, let's throw that in. So it's like tick, 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 tick. Did my meditation, handled some emails, have decided what I'm going to do for today if left on my own. So my hope is that I can get 4 chapters done in the email marketing book, get that all taken care of, hang out with Clintus and his crew during the Destiny PC launch, and then get on kind of continuing to do research on the Facebook analytics, because that is the only analytics package that I currently have access to. I do not have access to the website analytics, which I supposedly was granted to me. There's no data, so like either they have no traffic to their website, which is a possibility, although not likely, or what's ultimately happening is they've never set up their data analytics package correctly, or they have a second one that they're not telling me about, because I do see a Facebook pixel on their website. I do see that there's Google Analytics on their website. So that data is going somewhere. It's just not in the account they shared with me. So if I can start to see where most of their traffic is coming from, how people are finding this website, these services, it'll start to give me an idea on the SEO side of things, the psychographics, demographics, all these pieces need to start to line up if I'm going to start to be able to create content that they will attract more of those people. And additionally, as we extend 2 steps outside of where they've currently been, because they want to grow by order of magnitude, and when you do that, you have to change who your audience or your core audience is in order to get more people, because they're reaching a saturation point of like their hardcore followers, like they really are. So we've got to tick 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 in order to find a way to make this more appealing to more people, which it's a meditation app. Shouldn't be too hard with all the stuff that Calm and Headspace and other big players in the meditation space are doing. Ours has got a wrinkle on it. It's an interesting wrinkle, but it's one of those that I do think I can fight to make more normal. And I've got an idea. I've got several ideas on how I can get through that process, how I'd integrate people in. But again, if I'm going to hit the goals that I've been given, I need resources. I need a new laptop. I need to pay my captioners to go back and redo all the content that is on their YouTube channel, which will then allow me to do Facebook videos and everything else that they've got. So kind of in this holding pattern until I get, a credit card from the company and resources from them that I can use. So in the meantime, I'll make the best use of the time I can, sharpening my axe so that when I need to start chopping wood, I'm ready to go. Well, guys, coming up on 2:15 at this point, and the hour-long phone call that I just had, or I guess 45 minutes long phone call that I just had with my boss was quite possibly the most constructive that we have had in the entire process of us getting to kind of get to know one another and work together. I gave on a lot of things that he was asking for in the result of kind of me taking over the social platforms sooner than I would have wanted. But we're going to do it in a controlled manner where I'm going to get feedback from him and from the executive teams who have an idea on where they want to push this brand. And I'm going to just bring to the table the things that I need to, I want their input on. And so we're going to start to do the editorial process and start to really kind of get that going as well. A lot sooner than I want to, but again, I've got to meet them halfway. I've got to give them something in this process so that they're not feeling like I'm some mad scientist out here in Arizona just doing my thing. And Tara's really to credit on this one. She really went to bat on me a couple nights ago and said, dude, you have to start taking swings for them or else they're going to start to wonder why. And while I want to get everything just right and I want our email funnels and everything in that way, I get it. And so I gave on that front. I also gave on withholding kind of all of the big ideas until December, late December. By next week, I will give them a 2 to 3 pager of kind of what I think are the key 3 or 4 pieces that we have to build out pretty quickly, so that we can actually do all of that. In exchange, my boss said that he was going to give me access to the emails that they're currently sending and the email flows that they've got, which was great. I needed access to that. He also is going to give me access to a computer. They're going to send one. They're not going to buy me one, but they're going to send one that is a generation back, a year back, which is totally fine for what we're doing. And it's a 13-inch, it's not a 15. So not the end of the world. I can make it work. But they're going to send that out to me ASAP. So that takes care of me using my own personal laptop for business work and their work and all this and that. And so we kind of outlined everything else there. As a result of the conversation that I had with Lisa in HR yesterday for an hour and the call that I had with my boss today, I actually felt confident enough to call up the apartment complex that I went and saw. And sure enough, the apartment that I want, which is at the end of the building, where the stairwell is to, I guess, technically the east of the everything else. So there's nothing else. I'm on the very end cap. There's not any other apartment there. It's literally just me on that end cap, overlooking the street and the parking lot for the leasing office. that end cap position was still available. So as a result, I filed all the paperwork for that. So I ended up speaking with the leasing agent that I spoke with last week, just to make sure like I was getting everything right. Um, and there were some weirdnesses in the system where I could only apply to move in as late as the 8th, and I called her up and she was like, no, like just put it in the system, whatever you want to actually move in once we get your credit check back. We'll move it all around and then we'll apply the credit that you get and all this and that. So basically it looks like, if everything goes according to plan, that on the 16th of November I will have keys to the new apartment, and between there and the end of November I will have the opportunity to move out the stuff that needs to come with me to the new place, order a bunch of new stuff, and have that all delivered to the new apartment, which is super exciting. I thought I was gonna do it at 3:30. I was like, yeah, great, this is amazing. I'm gonna make it to like 7 or 8 or maybe even as late as 10 o'clock today, and I'm gonna make this happen, and I'm gonna sleep through the night like a normal human being, and that's gonna be a thing. And then I went for a walk after having another really good conversation with another member of the team, and I spoke with Tara for a quick minute via text message, which was rad, and she congratulated me about applying to the new apartment and all this and that, because she's getting moved into her apartment. I think it's like not next weekend, the weekend after that she gets keys, and she's hiring movers, and apparently I'm going to be employed pretty much all weekend putting together IKEA furniture for, I guess it's going to be like her living room. She like is going to buy a bunch of tables and maybe like a TV stand or something that she wants me to put together. Whatever. She asked very nicely, and I said, of course I'll do it. I just sat there and I said, there's one condition, and that is that there are beers and maybe a meal at the end of it. And she was like, of course. So I really like this girl. She's super cool. I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to go lay down and take like a 90-minute nap, I think is the deal. And then I'm going to wake up. I'm going to continue to read my book, because I actually have already finished 50 pages, which is about 4 chapters, which is what I was targeting earlier today. But given kind of the momentum that I have with my boss now and how everything's coming together and like good stuff's happening, and I want to just like continue to put in time and effort for them, because they've really stepped up in the last 24, 48 hours. Time for me to go take a nap. Alright guys, it's 10 p.m. Yeah, you're hearing that right, 10 p.m. I went to bed, or I went and recorded my last clip like 5:15ish with you guys, then called my dad, spoke with him for 10 minutes, just to kind of catch up, because we haven't spoken in like 10 or 12 days, something like that, just because I got sick and busy and da-da-da-da. And then I laid down, and I set an alarm for 90 minutes like I initially had wanted to, but I knew myself well enough to be like, all right, let's start to set like 3 or 4 more out, just in case like I sleep through that one. Very lucky I did. And so yeah, I ended up getting to that 3.5 hour one, and that alarm went off, and I finally woke up, and I was like, whoa, where am I? What's going on? What, like, huh? And sat there and looked at my phone and went, no, I haven't done the vlog edit yet. And I'd seen that the captioners had finished Clint's vlog, and so I was like, no, like, oh no, I gotta get both these done. And then I sat there and I looked at the time, and I saw it was, at that point 9:55, and I was like, all right, I got this. So came back out here, just finished importing footage, gonna get the vlog edit done real quick. 2 hours, though, I got plenty of time. I think I only have like 8 minutes worth of footage, so I should have no problem getting a quick edit done, and getting the export started. At that point I'll probably watch a bit of the voice while the export happens, the upload happens, the processing happens, all that stuff. And then the final piece is going to be getting Clint's vlog done. That means that the board is completely cleared. I had wanted to read some more, but given how tired I am right now, I could go back to sleep in like 5 minutes and just be zonked out again. I know I'm going to be up for at least probably an hour. So hoping, fingers crossed, hoping that I'm able to go back to bed. And yeah, guys, like, I'm hoping that this is the final hurrah for this nose thing, this illness. I can breathe through both my nostrils right now, even though I've very obviously I've had some post-nasal drip going on, which is why my voice is down more or less about a fifth from where it normally sounds. And so hopefully this is my body kicking the final little piece of that out tonight, and honestly, the best thing I can do is sleep. So I'm going to go handle all these things and go back to bed. I'm going to give myself the rest of the evening, and I'm going to make it really simple by saying thank you so much for your time and your attention. I appreciate them both. And remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still, so go do cool stuff. Bye for now.